Alright, let's get to unboxing Dark Gothic. Take the price tag off of it.
Very unprofessional of you, sir.
Arr.
Don't use your teeth, kids.
Arr.
You know, I might have had a knife. You probably should have asked.
Nope, I got it. I'm good.
I also didn't have a knife, so.
So pretty.
Fancy as hell.
Super fancy.
Supernatural.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Rulebook. Oh, wow, it's a small rulebook. Okay. So, you guys go ahead and start inventorying everything. I'm going to read the rulebook. It's super nice for a deck building game, actually. It's only 7 pages. So let's...
We probably should have gotten knives.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see. A Touch of Evil Dark Gothic is a deck building card game based on the colonial American Gothic horror setting of the popular A Touch of Evil board game. I didn't know this was a board game too. The game allows 2 to 6 players to each take the role of a unique monster hunting hero, collecting allies and gear to aid them in their journeys while they root out evil and hunt supernatural creatures back to their lairs. With a wider scope than the board game, players must hunt down a series of increasingly difficult villains that are terrorizing the countryside before the land is consumed in shadows. Though the heroes must generally work cooperatively as a group to stop the villains from overwhelming the land, there can only be one top monster hunter amongst them when the dust clears and the final victory total is gathered. Dark secrets lurk around every corner, and only the most cunning and spirited hunter can prevail in the age of Dark Gothic. Alright, so the introduction says we take roles of monster hunting heroes, gathering gear and allies while hunting down and destroying supernatural creatures and villains. While the players must work together to prevent the monstrous villains from plundering the countryside into shadows, they also have to compete to see who's the greatest monster hunter. Each player has their own deck of cards. There's also a main deck at the center of the table and a center line of 6 cards that all players get to play off of. So every single deck building game ever. Players use cards from their own deck to defeat minions and acquire gear, allies, events, and locations from the center line, adding them to their deck for later use. In this way, the players build their personal deck throughout the game, guiding its contents by the cards they choose to acquire from the center line. When a player's deck runs out, they shuffle all their discard into it, so all the cards that they got are now in their deck. There are also 3 villains terrorizing the countryside and growing in power over the course of the game. These villains have many ways to add cards to the Shadows stack, and if there are ever 10 cards in the Shadows, the villains win the game and all the players lose. Okay. The villains can be battled, but require far more resources to defeat than most cards found in the center line. If all 3 villains are defeated, then the heroes win, and each player adds up all their investigation or victory points for every card in their deck. Whichever player has the highest investigation total is the winner, and crowns the top monster hunter. 2 to 6 players. This game's by Jason Hill. Game elements. Large hero cards. There's large hero cards. There's 8 of them. And that has your starting deck and some stuff. Large villain cards. There are 9, and 3 are selected at random. 1 of each danger level, which is 1, 2, and 3. The Omen die. You guys already finished unboxing everything?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
You're a slow reader, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Alright, so the Omen die has got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 skulls. Skulls equal 0, if you're rolling for a number. And it's used to add random elements of chance. It's a 2. Most cards have the same card back, as they could all potentially be added to the player's decks. All of the cards have the same type listing in large bold text. Whoa, okay. Start, they make up the player's initial deck. Training, they're better versions of starting cards. Honor is one of the most powerful cards, and most heroes start with a single honor card in their deck. Can only be acquired through special acts of valor. Gear are items and equipment that will help you in the course of the game. Allies or townsfolk that will help your hero out during the course of the game. Some are more powerful, such as town elders, and give your hero a dark secret when acquired. Locations. These represent locations your guy visits. Many are marked as remains in play, so they stay out, can continue to give you benefits. Events are battle tactics. Minions are lesser enemies that are found in the center line and defeated by paying their cost. Defeated minions are acquired to your discard pile. Common minions. There is one common minion that is always available to fight in the central line. It's called the Hungry Dead and can be used to feed cards to during the game, which is destroying unwanted cards from your hand or the center line. So I guess killing the unwanted dead banishes cards. Secrets are bad cards that will be added to your deck against your will and are worth negative investigation if they're still in your deck at the end of the game. When a dark secret card is in your hands during your turn, it must be played before any other cards exploding like a time bomb. This destroys itself and forces you to draw a shocking discovery, which is the result of playing a dark secret card being played. Shocking discoveries are mostly bad things that'll happen to the player. Some remain in play on the current villain. Remains in play, which I'm just going to say that means it remains in play. Game setup. So I guess we could just set up a game.
So I guess we should probably go over the character and villain cards as well.
You guys start going over the stuff. I'm going to read this and then just summarize it really quickly.
All right. So on the left side right here, we have the hero cards. They are the large hero cards. You can see that they each have an individual starting deck. Carl Harrison, his starting deck is 7 combat cards, 3 cunning cards, 1 spirit, and 1 honor. We also had reviewed the honor cards, and there are exceptions. As you can see, Charlotte Dubois, she actually starts with 0 honor cards in her deck.
She has no honor.
Yeah, where Katarina Clark actually starts with 2. And then we have...
the girl looks like a pirate, starts with honor.
Yeah.
Well,
It makes so much sense.
She's a highway outlaw. She's a thief with honor.
We also have the villain cards that are alongside these hero cards. They were actually in the same pack. And there are a plethora of different types of villains. You can see their their villain types right here. I think that's it. So.
Okay, so what we would end up doing is everybody gets 1 random hero, then you take the villains and you set them in 3 piles for their challenge difficulty or their danger rating. Then you take one villain that costs 3, put it on the stack, then 1 that costs 2, put it on the stack, and 1 that costs 1, put it on the stack. You shuffle the shocking discovery cards.
You do that. Because I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay, so it's on the top right. So these are 3s. There's 3.
Okay.
These are 2s. And then these are 1s.
Here's our hero cards. We're randomly selecting.
Yeah. Has to be random.
Do we show everybody?
I don't know.
I'm assuming since they're different, they don't get shuffled in the deck, so yes?
So, okay, I think since we've gone over everything that was in the box,
Yeah.
in the world's quickest unboxing ever, why don't we pause the video,
Yes.
set up the game, and then actually get to playing it?
Well, we can keep it going and just cut and post, right?
Yes, let's cut and post.
Cut in post.
Ooh.
All right.